It's the end of the day with Ray. Hello, my friends. You know, somebody reached out and they said, Ray, when do you think the shit's going to hit the fan regarding all the private equity, the venture capital, the bank financing of the big roll-ups that ran around and bought all kinds of copier dealerships? And now we have some issues going on. When do you think the shit's going to hit the fan? And I just responded by saying this. I think the fan's going to smell really bad really quick. But the best way to describe it to the audience is with some pictures. So I got the magic board working, I got the pen in my hand, and we're going to jump on the Sharp Interactive board, and I'm going to answer that question. Because, folks, I think the answer is important for those friends of mine that are trying to transition. Because at the end of the day, well, you don't want the shit to hit the fan. So, folks, things are going to change as far as the banking community is concerned about our industry. We all know that. It's coming, right? I want to go back about 15 years ago when we saw the industry. We saw some of these bank-funded deals and private equity and venture capital. They ran around. They bought up a bunch of copier dealers. Buy them up, buy them up. Of course, I was screaming most of that time, quit buying declining revenue and all that kind of stuff. You've seen those videos, right? But they went out and they bought up all this stuff. And they were excited. I mean, I can imagine in the boardrooms of these organizations, they were saying stuff like this. Look, we buy up all this print business. We got these huge populations of customers. We'll go into those customers' offices. We're going to sell other products and services, and we're going to be able to exit out of this at a 20 times EBITDA. You know, there's probably people in the boardroom saying, we'll be able to get 10 times revenue. It'll be unbelievable. We're going to make billions of dollars doing this. Because that industry's got the best salespeople in the world. It'll be easy. It'll be a home run. They were all excited about it. And they kept doing it for about a decade and a half. And then that damn COVID showed up, folks. COVID-19. I mean, holy crap. So we saw the dollar start shrinking. I mean, we're like, holy smokes, COVID, the whole world ended, right? The lockdowns, the evolutionary event, customers are realizing they don't need to print anymore. And it was at this time that the smart money, because they could see it was declining. So it would be at this time that the smart money would say, okay, we really got to start diversifying, guys and gals. I mean, they were probably having meetings with leadership, the money people. They're probably meeting with these leaders, and they're saying, you better get something to happen in those accounts that we bought. I mean, you got to do something, and you better do it quick. I mean, this is a nightmare. Why can't we be making all kinds of money on IT services? If people aren't printing, then what about the IT stuff y'all said you were going to be selling? Where the hell's the revenue and the profit from that? They're probably, I mean, the boardrooms must have been, there were probably people throwing stuff, glass breaking. I mean, they were screaming mad, right? But here's the problem, folks. Here we are. We're in 2023. And you can see the money got less. And the reason the money got less is because all the diversifications, all those fantastic aspirations, they're not performing. They weren't performing well. You see, folks, those dealerships out there that took the time during COVID to really invest in building an infrastructure to change the game for their business because they realized it was an evolutionary event. They realized that, hey, we cannot depend on declining revenue of print. We're going to have to do something. And they had strong, bold leaders, and they put the right human capital in place. Man, they probably doing all right now. But for the most part, a lot of these folks, they didn't perform, and now they're right up against a brick wall. They're right up against the brick wall, and on the other side of the brick wall is that oh shit moment. You can see the investor is heading down. Oh my gosh, what's happening? You know, when are we going to have the auction? When are we going to have the asset sale? Oh, this is terrible. We thought we were going to get 10 times revenue. That ain't going to happen. Ladies and gentlemen, today's video is a serious subject, and yeah, I applied some satire to it. But I'm telling you right now, here's the reality. There's not a damn thing any of us can do about the 15 years of going out and buying up a bunch of dealerships. Those days are over. You just stuck with what you got. There's nothing any of y'all can do about the COVID-19 except hope it ends real quick. But you know what? You can get those non-performing diversifications to start performing now, and you could do that by bringing in the right human capital, by making the right investments, by quit living in a hope and dream world. You're up against the brick wall. You're up against the evolutionary event. It's time to act. It's time to act now. And the only way you're going to do that is with bold action, strong leadership. Because, ladies and gentlemen, if you don't do that, and the time's running out for that, for a lot of you folks, and you're going to end up in that oh shit moment with your head down, trying to figure out when you're going to have the asset sale. I don't want that to happen to my friends. I want them to finally be serious about the diversifications and those strategies. because everybody watching me knows this. Status quo is the killer of all that'll be invented. Don't get stuck in status quo, and I'll see y'all later.